Hi there, Riva here. I hope you're doing well and I hope you're ready to move. Welcome to Total Body Strength. This is going to be about a 45-minute workout. We won't be using any equipment in today's workout and we will be starting from the bottom. As the weeks go by, we'll sort of gradually be working our way up. So if you're just getting back into your routine or just getting started, this is going to be a great video for you. Just make sure you have your mat rolled out and ready to go, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so first we'll start with some dynamic stretching. So we'll start with a quad stretch first, grabbing a hold of the shin, ankle, or pant leg, whatever you can get a hold of. And we'll just give a nice short stretch here, pulling your heel towards your butt. Try to keep your bent knee pointed down towards the floor. And also try not to lean forward or lean back here. And we'll just go a few more times on each side. Awesome, let's go one more on each leg. Beautiful. When you're ready, you can go ahead and just shake it out a little bit. And next we'll go into our glute stretch. So grabbing the underside of the knee and the ankle, you're gonna pull up as you keep the foot flexed, getting a nice stretch in the bottom of your hip, outer glute. And we'll just alternate here. We'll do about 6 on each side here. And again, nice short stretches as you pull up, stretching the underside of the hip and the glute. And then at any point, if you're feeling a little wobbly or a little unstable, you're more than welcome to come to a wall or a shelf and just lean on it for a little extra support here. Okay, let's go one more on each side. Awesome, when you're ready, you can shake it out a little bit, and we'll go into our back of the leg stretch. So kicking out on your heel, toes are lifted, you're gonna hinge from your hips, find a nice flat back, reach down for the ankles, scoop it up, opening up through the shoulders right at the top. And we'll alternate here. Make sure you're keeping your back nice and flat, head in line with your spine, so we're not rounding, trying to touch the toes. We are lengthening through the back as we stretch the hamstring and the back of the leg. Awesome, let's go one more on each side. Good, when you're ready, you can come to stand, shake it out a little bit, and then we'll go into some hip openers. So you're just gonna start on either side of your mat or your space. You're gonna take a big step over as if you were stepping over a hurdle. Second leg is gonna follow, and then back the way you came. So we're opening with that leading leg and closing with that following leg. So opening up the hips here. And if you're getting any popping here, nothing to be alarmed about, unless of course there is pain, then I would consult with your physician. But if you're just getting some noises and some creaks here, all good. Beautiful, let's go one more each direction. Awesome, and then when you're ready, you can just come back to center, shake it out a little bit, and meet me at the back of your mat. From here, we'll take an inhale to reach the arms up. We're gonna take a flat back, diving forward, leading with the chest. Touch the floor, bend your knees, walk out, and bring yourself into a plank. Abs tight, booties down, shoulders over the wrist. Just holding here for a few breaths, starting to find your strength, connecting to your center. When you're ready, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Use an inhale to open up the left arm towards the sky. But lengthening with the crown of the head, shoulder stacked over shoulder. When you're ready, go ahead and release. Left foot steps back, right foot steps up, and repeat. Beautiful, you can release. Step your right foot back. Let's go 2 more on each side. Take as much time as you need in each position. just go one more on each side. Awesome. When you're even, you can meet me back in your plank hold. Abs tight, booties down. Holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, send your hips up and back. Walk your hands back to your feet. When you reach your feet, bend your knees. Take a spinal roll to stand. Head comes across. We're just going to do that a few more rounds. So when you're ready, reaching up, arms down, bend, touch the floor, walk it out, find your plank. Holding for just a moment or two. And then when you're ready, walking back. Really pushing through the heel with your hands and your shoulders as you make your way back to your feet. Let's go one more round. So hinging forward, touch the floor, plant your hands, walk it out. Find your plank, holding for a moment. And then when you're ready, hips up and back, walking your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees, spinal roll to stand. And you just take a moment, shake it out, and we will get started in our first circuit. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started with our first circuit. Today we're going to be doing a lower body movement, an upper body movement, a core movement, and followed by another core movement. Our first exercise today is just going to be a squat. So feet a little bit wider than hip width. You're going to send your butt back, drop your hips down, drop down into a squat, and then press through, come all the way back to stand. From the side, hips back, down, and come to stand. Your goal here is trying to get your hips down to about knee level or as close as you can. Weight in the heels, chest lifted, abs nice and tight throughout this whole movement. Just keeping a nice steady pace to start here. Show you from the front again, about 10 more seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. You can shake it out. Make your way down to your mat. We're gonna go push-ups next. So if you need to, you can double up on your mat here, just giving a little extra cushion in between, underneath your knees. Hands will come forward, just a little bit wider than shoulder width. We're gonna keep the elbows tight today. You're gonna drop down and press up. And I really want you to focus on quality movement over quantity today. Making sure you're doing these correctly. Leading with the chest, head in line with your spine. Nice strong exhale as you push. Good, you're about halfway through, just keeping a nice steady pace here. And less than 10 seconds. Last 3. Oh, nicely done, that is time. All right, you can stay down from here. We're gonna go into a plank variation. So option to do this from the knees or from the toes. And actually, you might wanna keep this mat rolled up if you're staying with the knees. From here, we're gonna find a half plank position. You're gonna tap your hand to your opposite shoulder, release down, and switch. Now, if you're on the knees especially, make sure we're not here. Not much is happening here. We want to bring the hips forward. One straight line all the way from the low back to the crown of the head. And your goal here is to avoid shifting your weight as much as possible. And we'll shift a little bit. You're just doing your best to stabilize here through the core. Good, 10 more seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. You can just rest for a moment here. We're gonna do one more plank variation. We'll be doing hip taps for this next one. We'll start here in just a moment. All right, in 3, 2, and 1. Now from the same position, you're gonna go hand to same hip, release, hand to same hip, and release. So same goal here, trying to keep your torso as steady and still as possible. Trying to avoid shifting your weight from left to right. Good, take your time here, you're halfway through. And coming up on your last 15 seconds here. Less than 10. Last 3, 2, and 1. Excellent work. All right, from here, we're just gonna go back to the top. We're gonna do one more round through. So coming back to our squats. Again, feet hip width apart, we're a little bit wider. Sending your butt back and down. Good, press through those quads. Squeeze your butt when it comes to stand. Just keeping a nice steady pace here. Good, keeping your weight in the heels. Chest lifted. Also make sure your knees are not bowing in or out. We want to keep them tracking right over the second and third toe. So it's okay if the toes point out a little bit, just make sure the knees are also going out with them. Good, so I need those variations work just fine. Oh, keep it going, last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, you can shake it out. Make your way down to your mat. We're going to push-ups next. So again, doubling up here. Arms just a little bit wider than shoulder width. Keeping the elbows in tight. Drop down and press. Good, use your breath here. Always exhaling on the hardest part. Head in line with your spine, do not drop your head down. Focusing on quality movement, don't worry about how many you get today. Good, about 15 more seconds here. Last 10, keep it going. Last 3. Ooh, and that is time, excellent. Staying down on the mat, just take a moment to recover here. We're gonna go back to those shoulder taps. We'll start here in about 5 seconds. When you're ready, coming forward, finding your half plank position, hips forward, glutes engaged, abs engaged, and then begin hand to opposite shoulder. And remember your goal here, trying to keep your torso as steady and still as possible. Make sure you're not sending your hips back. You should feel the abs engaged here. This should be a bit of a challenge. Beautiful, about 15 more seconds. And less than 10. Excellent, that's time. You can send your hips back. Just take a moment here to reset. Roll the wrist if you need to. We're gonna go hand to same hip. We'll start here in about 5 seconds. Go ahead and come forward. And then in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Hand to same hip and release. Again, keeping those abs tight, booty down, head in line with your spine. Nice steady pace here. And you're halfway through. Whew, keep it going. 10 more seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Whew, you can come back, take a moment, reset. Again, rolling those wrists if you need to, and then we'll go on to our second circuit. All right, so starting with circuit 2, we're going to start down on our back. So when you're ready, you can make your way there. Line the ankles up with your knees, press your hips up, squeeze your butt. From here, we're going to walk out on the heels. And then you're either going to drop your hips, bend, lift, and repeat, or you're going to keep the hips lifted and walk back. So you should be feeling this in your hamstrings. Abs tight, glutes slightly engaged here. Just focusing on controlled movement. Trying to walk your legs out as much as possible. You may not be able to get them all the way straight today, and that is okay. Just working with wherever you're at. You can release. From here, we're just gonna roll over, and we're gonna go into our Superman waves. So tucking the tailbone, pulling your belly button into your spine, extend the legs, engage your glutes slightly, lift your arms up, and then from here, we're gonna take the right arm down to the hip, left arm down to the hip, both arms up, and repeat. Right, left, and lift. Right, left, and lift. Good. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Abs tight, belly button pulling in towards your spine. Good. Lengthening with the neck. Keep it going. Last 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. You can release down. And then from here, we're going to go into a side plank. So rolling off to your side, maybe doubling up the mat if you need a little extra support. Elbow right underneath your shoulder. And I'll show you option 1 first. So option 1, you're just going to start here, knees bent and stacked, bottom hips pressing up. If this is feeling good and you want to add on, you're just going to extend that top leg. Yes, and then if this is feeling good, you're going to extend the bottom leg, keeping everything staggered. And if that's feeling really good, you're going to come to leg stacked. So all of those options are great. Again, just working with wherever you're at today. Roll that top shoulder back, crown of the head reaching long. Beautiful, holding here. Deep breaths. Good, stay nice and active through that bottom shoulder as well. Good, breathe in through that shake. Excellent, you can release. And then we'll go ahead and switch sides. So whatever you did on that first side, you'll do the same thing here. Elbow underneath the shoulder, knees bent to start. And then again, option 1, just holding right here. Option 2, holding here. Option 3, holding here. And option 4 here. So again, all options are great. Just working with wherever you're at. Beautiful, roll that top shoulder back, crown of the head reaching long. Nice and active through that bottom shoulder as well. And we're breathing through that shake. Good, holding strong, you got it. Last little bit. Good, continuing to breathe, I'm shaking 2. Last 3, 2, and 1. Whew, excellent work. We're just gonna roll over, back onto our back, and we'll start from the top of that circuit. Ankles in line with your heels, in line with your knees, pressing your hips up, and we'll do our hamstring walk out. So walking out on the heels, either dropping the hips, folding and starting again, or walking out, walking in, keeping your hips off of the floor. Good, engage the abs here. Nice controlled movement. Trying to get those legs as straight as possible or as close as you can. Last 3. Beautiful, finish your rep. Oh, you can drop the hips, roll over onto your stomach. Belly button pulls in. A little engagement through the legs. Arms up above the head. Lifting the chest slightly. Lifting the arms when you're ready. Right, left, and both. Single, single, double. Beautiful. Keep pulling the belly button in towards your spine. Shoulders away from the ear. Good. Using your back to support you here. Good. Keep it going. Nice steady pace. Last 3. Whew, that is time. Nicely done. All right, back to side plank. So rolling over, elbow right underneath your shoulder. We'll start here in about 5 seconds. And here we go. Option 1, option 2, option 3, and option 4. Good, all are great. Just adjusting here a little bit. Here we go. Good, roll that top shoulder back, pressing your bottom hips up, crown of the head reaching long. There's a lot going on here. Good, breathe. Breathing through that shake. Nice, you're doing great. Continuing to hold. The last little bit, I know I'm shaking too. Yeah, we're just about there. Beautiful. Ooh, that's time. You can lower down. Go ahead and switch sides. Elbow right underneath the shoulder. We'll start here in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. So again, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. And wherever you're at is all good. I can't say that enough. Just being okay with where you're at in this moment. Rolling that top shoulder back, crown of the head reaching long. Good, breathing through the shake here. Good, don't let that bottom hip get lazy. Go ahead and push it up. Nice and active through that bottom shoulder. Good, we're almost there. Your last little bit. Good, stay in it. And release. Whew. Excellent work. You can push yourself up when we standing here in just a moment, and we'll get started with our 3rd circuit. All right, so getting into our 3rd circuit, we're going to start at the top of our mat. We're going to be starting with reverse lunges. So starting with the feet hip width apart. When you're ready, we'll take a big step back, finding that lunge, back glute engaged, tailbone tucked, spine straight. We'll step forward and repeat. So again, really focusing on quality over quantity today. Stepping all the way back. Keeping that back heel lifted. Engage your back glute as soon as you step back. And repeat. Also make sure your front knee does not come past your toe. Try to keep it over the ankle as much as possible. Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. You can shake it out a little bit. and then we'll make our way to the back of our mat. And we're gonna do that plank walkout we did in our warm up. So we're gonna really focus on working the shoulders here. This is also gonna get your heart rate up a little bit and work the core. So when you're ready, we're just gonna hinge forward, keeping a nice flat back, touch the floor, plant the hands, walk out, find your plank. Really thinking of puffing up through the upper back, and then walking your back, really pressing through the heel of the hand as you press through the shoulders and come back up to stand. Beautiful, repeat. About 10 more seconds here. Excellent, that's time. From here, you can just make your way down to your mat. We have a couple more plank variations. So we'll start with a forearm plank on the knees. And then from here, you're either gonna hold or you're gonna reach and pull back. Reach and pull back. Now this one is tough, okay? So just do the best you can here. Either alternating very slowly or just holding your forearm plank. Make sure the elbows are right underneath your shoulders, booty down, glutes engaged, abs tight. Good, keep it going. About 10 more seconds here. Last 3. Ooh, that is time. That was one of my favorites. Nice job. All right, go ahead and roll over. And we'll meet on the back. And we'll finish off with a dead bug. So starting from your back, bring your legs into tabletop position. Let's just focus on the legs today. So hands underneath the hips to give you a little extra support. You're just gonna extend and pull in. Extend and pull in. Now your goal here is to keep your back flushed with the mat. So there should be no arching happening here. As you extend your leg, push your back into the floor and pull your belly button in towards your spine. Last 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Excellent work. All right, so we're back to the top, starting at the top of your mat with those reverse lunges. So feet hip width apart, you're gonna step back, find your lunge, step up, and repeat. Immediately engaging your back glute as soon as you step back. Just keeping a nice steady pace here, about halfway through. And coming up in your last 10 seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. Make sure you're even. Whew. Shake it out a little bit. We'll meet at the back of the mat. We're going back to those plank walkouts. So again, feet hip width apart, hinging from the hips, keeping a nice flat back, touch the floor, walk it out, find your plank, puffing up through the upper back, pressing through the shoulders as you walk back. About halfway through. Beautiful, that's time. Go ahead and meet me down on your mat. we're gonna go into that forearm reach. So doubling up on the mat if you need to. And then we'll come into a half plank, elbows right underneath the shoulders. Again, option to just hold here, palms facing down or up, or option to bring the hands a little closer together, reach forward and pull back, reach forward and pull back. Beautiful, make sure your butt down, abs tight. And just like we did in the hip taps and the shoulder taps, you're trying to avoid shifting your weight as much as possible here. This one's pretty difficult, but that's what we're working towards. Last 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Go ahead and roll over, lying down on your back, and we'll go into our dead bug. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Now, if that first option felt really good, you're gonna bring the hands up above the chest this time. And again, extend and pull in, extend and pull in. You're only adding the arms if you can keep your back flush with the floor. So again, no arching happening through the low back. Just keeping a nice steady pace here. And last little bit. And that is time. Whew. Awesome work. Take a moment to catch your breath, reset, and then we'll do one last round. All right, so we're on our last round. We're gonna start down on our backs. Our last circuit, rather. All right, ankles underneath the knees. From here, you're gonna press the hips up, and we're just gonna hold our bridge today. So glutes nice and tight, abs nice and tight. Make sure your knees are pointing straight ahead. We're just holding and squeezing here today. If you want to challenge yourself, you can bring the arms up above the chest, just working the core stability a little bit more. Good, keep pressing those hips up, keep squeezing and breathing. And last little bit here. Beautiful, you can drop the hips down. From here, you're just gonna roll up to a seated position. We're gonna go into a tricep press. So taking the arms up and back, fingertips pointed towards you. You can place your feet on the floor, and then from here, you have the option to keep the hips down as you bend and press. If you'd like a little bit more resistance, you're gonna lift the hips and dip and press. So really working the back of the arms here. If you happen to have a chair or a ledge, you're more than welcome to do those here. Otherwise, the floor works great if you don't have anything available or if you're just getting started with these. Good, bending and straightening. Yes, you should be feeling this in the back of the arms. Last 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. You can drop the hips down, roll down onto your back again, lining the ankles with your knees. You're going to press the hips up and squeeze, and then from here we're going to go on a little march. So engaging the glutes, engaging your abs. You're just going to lift one leg and lower, lift and lower. So nice controlled movement here. Trying to keep the hip bones as even as possible. As you see, I'm using my hands to kind of check in, make sure I'm not dropping off to either side as I lift, lower, and switch. Beautiful, keep it going. Last 3. Excellent, that's time. You can lower down, and then from here, we'll rock up to seated again, and we're just gonna do a V-sit hold. So feet on the floor to start, lengthening through the low back, chest nice and open, so we're not here, we're here. And when you're ready, you're just gonna start to lean back and reach the arms forward. Now I do want you to go somewhere where you feel a little challenged. So option to play around with lifting your feet off the floor, maybe just one leg at a time. Maybe you can do both. Maybe we're just here today. Wherever you are, should be starting to get a little shake. We're about halfway through. Keep reaching through the low back, keep pulling your belly button in. You shouldn't be having any low back pain here. If you are, start to sit up a little bit and really focus on keeping your abs tight. Good, less than 10 seconds. Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. You're just gonna slowly roll down onto your back, realigning the ankles with your knees. And then in 3, 2, and 1, tuck the tailbone, press your hips up and squeeze. Now also make sure you're not arching through the back here. Your back should be nice and straight. So tailbone slightly tucked, abs tight, glutes engaged. If you want more challenge, bringing the arms up above the chest. I'm starting to work the core stability a little bit. Just continuing to breathe and squeeze. I'm about halfway through, maybe pressing those hips up a little bit higher, squeezing a little tighter. Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Release the hands. You can drop the hips down, roll up to a seated position. Take the arms up and back, fingertips pointed towards you, feet on the floor. And here we go, tricep dips. So again, option 1, less resistance, keeping the hips down, bend and press. Option 2, hips lifted, same thing, bend and straighten. Make sure the elbows are pointed back behind you. Try to stay nice and open through the chest here as well, so we're not here, we're here. Length through the neck, space opening up through the chest. Good, working the back of the arms. Ooh, about 10 more seconds. I think you can feel these a little bit more personally. You can really focus on isolating that tricep. Beautiful, that is time. You can sit forward, release down onto your back, realigning the ankles with your knees, pressing your hips up after you tuck the tailbone, and then holding here. We're gonna go on our little march. So option to use your hands as support down on the mat, lifting and lowering, or if you feel a little bit more steady and you really wanna focus on doing these correctly, you're gonna take your hands to your hip bones and notice if you drop off to either side. Trying to keep those hip bones as even as possible throughout the whole movement. Beautiful, keep pressing those hips up, glutes engaged, abs tight. Last 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful, you can lower the hips down, rolling up to a seated position again, and we'll end with our final V-sit hold. So again, feet on the floor, belly button pulls in, lengthen through your low back, open your chest. Starting here, and then as you feel ready, extending the arms, and then as you decide what level you'd like to work out today, starting to lean back. Just going somewhere you shake, especially on this last round. Go ahead, keep pulling the belly button in, maybe lean back a little bit further if you can. 20 more seconds here. Good, keep breathing through that shake. 10 more seconds. Good, we're almost there. I'm shaking too. Last 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Rolling all the way back down. And that concludes the hard work for today. Awesome, awesome job. You can bring your knees into your chest and just start to gently rock side to side, starting to slow everything down. When you're ready, place your feet on the floor, cross your left ankle over your right knee, take your hands through, we'll find a figure 4 stretch, pulling your knees in towards your chest. Keep your top foot flexed as you actively press your knee away. I'm just taking a couple breaths here. When you're ready, you can release your hands. Keep your legs the same. We're just going to drop them off towards the right, and gaze is going to open up towards the left, coming into a supine twist. Oh yeah. I'm just taking a couple breaths here, bringing it all out. Good. When you're ready, you can unwind, uncross, switching sides, right ankle over left knee, hands come through, fingers interlace behind your thigh, and pulling in here. Deep breaths. When you're ready, release your hands. Keep your legs the same. You're going to drop them off to the left. Gaze opens up towards the right. And breathe. And when you're ready, you can unwind, uncross, rock yourself up to a seated position. And then we'll just flip around and make our way to a tabletop position. Stacking your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. On an exhale, tuck the tailbone around through your spine, bring your chin to your chest. On an inhale, untuck, let the belly hang, and open up through the chest. And we'll just take a few cycles here, moving with your breath. And when you're ready, we'll meet back in neutral spine, curl the toes under, send your hips up and back. Take a moment here just to stretch through the back of the legs, opening up the armpits. When you're ready, start to walk your feet forward. And we'll come into a forward fold. So resting your chest on your thighs, shoulders away from the ears. Relaxing the neck, relaxing your head. Just letting it all go here. And then when you're ready, you can keep your knees bent as you take a spine roll all the way back up to standing. Head comes up last. Whew, awesome. When you get there, we'll just take a few shoulder rolls, opening that up. And shoulder rolls forward when you're ready. Awesome. Shake it out. Use an inhale, reach your arms up. Grab a hold of your right wrist, lean off to the left side, top arm in line with your ear. And stretching out that side. When you're ready, come back to center, switch wrists, switch sides. And when you're ready, come back to center. You can rain the hands down, and then we'll just take a gentle spinal twist, left to right, letting the arms go wherever. And then when you're ready, you can slow it down and come back to center. And we'll close out with 3 cleansing breaths. When you're ready, inhale to reach the arms up. And full exhalation, let it go. Good, 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. And last one, biggest breath of the day, filling up. And full exhalation, let it go. Shake it out, leave it all on your mat. Awesome work this morning, evening, or afternoon, whenever you're getting to this recording. Again, this was going to be sort of like an entryway into our total body strength exercises. So as the weeks go by, we will be adding on and making these a little bit more challenging. Again, if you're just getting started, this is an awesome video for you to work through. And then I look forward to working with you over the next few weeks and months. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day and afternoon, and I look forward to moving with you soon. Take care.